Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine and today I'm going to be going over how I've been using my planners in 2025, how it's been going in the last 2 months, and some thoughts about what I like and dislike about the system so far. If you're new here, welcome. Just a little bit about me. I am a full-time orthodontist and also a new mom. I just had my baby in November of 2024, so she's still very young. And I also run a small stationery shop on Etsy called Busy Bear Collection. I like to make cozy content here on this channel, including journaling, stationery, and studio vlogs documenting my small business journey. So if you're into that, make sure to click subscribe, and I would really appreciate it if you leave a comment and a like and follow along. In a previous video, I went over in detail how I set up my hobonichi weeks and also my general plans for the two planners. I'll put a link right here for you guys if you want to check that out. But after using these planners for the last 2 months, I do have some thoughts on the system that I've come up with so far. There are definitely things that I like and things that I don't like, so we're going to get into that right now. So let's start off with the hobonichi weeks. If you guys have seen my previous videos, you'll know that I decided to choose the weeks instead of the hobonichi cousin, which is what I had last year, because I liked the small, compact size of the weeks, and I felt like it was just a little bit more realistic for me to keep up with and use as a primary planner. It's easier to carry around if I ever needed to do so as well. So let me just show you guys what it looks like now. For my monthly views, again, I don't use this as much. I realistically use my iPhone calendar more often, but I've been using the spread to keep track of some important appointments or like lunch dates, dinner dates with my friends, and decorate some of the special occasions. So these are January and February, and then on the bottom, I would have some key things I wanted to get done for that month. It's pretty minimal and very simple. And moving on to the actual weekly section. So just a quick reminder, I had on this side all of my appointments. Right here, I had a running to-do list for each day. Over here, I decided right now to use it to track my, some measurements and my weight because I'm trying to get back into shape after my baby. I started doing light exercises and I'm just kind of monitoring my, my weight. And then over here, I have the Alistair method to keep track of some habits and also some tasks I need to get done throughout the week. I would reference this in order to schedule out my days more specifically on the left page. And on the bottom, I left a little bit of space for highlights. So that's basically like a mini journal just to quickly jot down some memorable moments of the week. So far I've kept it up pretty well. You'll notice that I did fill out each week. I managed to keep up with it. However, with each week, it gets a little less and less elaborate in the decoration department. And that's just what happens when life takes priority. Sometimes I just don't really have enough time to really plan out a spread and make it beautiful. But as long as it's neat, easy to read, and serves its purpose, I'm fine with that. But you will notice that this column has kind of failed over the weeks. I didn't even really fill out this last week, and there's two reasons for that. One is because originally I wanted to use the space for my weight or my measurements, but I don't actually weigh myself every single day because I do think it's not very healthy to do that mentally. So in some of the spreads, I only have a few measurements and then a lot of like blanks where I just wrote NA, and I think that's kind of a waste of space. And maybe I could find a different way to record these, maybe in some kind of graph to track my progress instead of having it here every day. That's something that didn't really work out for me. And then number two is I was originally using these stickers and I simply ran out of those stickers. I could make some more, but I prioritize my stickers for my actual shop. So sometimes if I had some stickers that didn't come out as well as I wanted, if the cut wasn't right or there was some printing error, a small thing that I can't actually sell it, then I'll use it for my own planners. But I've run out of that, and it is a lot of stickers. Like if you use it for every single spread or every single week, it takes up a lot, and it's not really realistic for me to keep up with so many of those stickers every week. So that is something I'm gonna have to figure out. I'm not sure what I want to do yet. I've been looking on Pinterest and YouTube Shorts for some inspiration. If you guys have any suggestions for me on what to do here, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. Another thought I had after using this spread for 2 months now is the Alistair method works very well, but these 4 up here, they're essentially habits. I'm marking them every single day, and I guess it's fine, but I'm wondering if I should separate that out into its own habits section, or maybe if that's just too much and it's complicating things a little bit too much. Because at the same time, if I did separate it out to another habit section, that adds to my time of setting the spread up every week, and it adds to friction. So I think I mentioned in my last video that one of the things that keeps me from keeping up with these journals consistently every week is sometimes I don't have time or I get lazy to set it up, and if it's a really complicated setup, it's too much friction for me to keep it consistent. I want it to be as simple and as functional and least resistance as possible. I don't know if you guys relate to that, but that's the honest truth. So yeah, I'm kind of torn about this habits section. Maybe I'm gonna keep it like this. I'll probably keep it like this for another couple weeks and then see how I feel. But overall, the system has been working really well for me outside of this column right here, but everything else is working well. I'm quite happy with it so far. And then the last thing is the cleaning log and cleaning schedule. I haven't filled out February yet, but I did find it very helpful. At the end of the month, I look through this and I make sure that I've had everything done. So that's really simple. That's been working out. I'm happy I ended up going with the horizontal gray lines to help readability. One more thought I had about the weeks. I guess it's not necessarily a con or a real disadvantage, but originally I did want the weeks because I wanted the at-a-glance view of the week. But I do find myself sometimes missing the weekly overview in the Hobonichi Cousin. So this is one of my weekly setups in the Cousin from last year. I really did like the vertical schedule that they had. I'm a little bit torn because sometimes I find myself wishing I had the vertical view so I can plan out hour by hour what I'm gonna do. But sometimes I prefer the more simple day-by-day view without the hour breakdown. So I don't know, I'm still kind of deciding if I really do like this view more than this weekly view, but I don't think that alone is enough for me to go back to the Cousin. Overall, I think my system has been working pretty well with the weeks, and I think I'm gonna keep with it for a while, with the exception of the weight and health column that I have, which I still need to figure out what I'm gonna do with that. I'm also keeping my journal in the Hobonichi A6. Like I said before, I chose this over the Hobonichi Cousin because I felt the Cousin had too much space and too much real estate for the journaling part, and I felt too much pressure to fill it out every day, which resulted in me not keeping up with it. So I thought that the smaller size of this is less intimidating and that I'll probably be more inclined to fill it out every day. And so far that has been the case. I've been able to keep up with it every single day so far for the last 2 months. Some days you can tell I was in a rush and it's only barely filled out, but at least I got some thoughts in there and I'm able to keep up with it. And again, you can see some days are more decorated than others because sometimes I don't have time and sometimes I want to have fun with it and go all out with the stickers. But this is a very realistic look of how I've been keeping up with these journals. So for this one in the monthly, because the weeks also has a monthly view, I didn't want it to be the same thing. I didn't want to use both monthly views for the same thing. So I mostly use this monthly view as more of a memory keeping situation. It's not very filled out as you can see, but that's okay. It's not really the priority. The priority is the actual journaling. So some things I like about this, again, the space and the size I think is perfect. I don't feel intimidated and I'm able to fill it out no matter what every day. What I discovered I don't like about it, however, and I didn't realize this was going to be an issue, because it's so small, when I try to write, it's very uncomfortable for my hand because there's nowhere, like when I get to the side, there's nowhere for my hand to rest, and I find my hand really straining and it just feels really, really awkward, and my handwriting gets really ugly. I already don't have nice handwriting in my opinion, so when I run off of the page, it really messes it up even more. So that is kind of a big con for me. I don't know if there's any tricks to overcome that. I know some people like to fold the page a little like this and write in order to keep the hand on the page, but this planner is so small, even when I do this, it's very limited in how much space I have. So that was a big surprise to me. Other than that, I didn't have any other issues with this planner. It's overall worked really well for me. And even the days where I don't have much lettering or stickers going on, I think it actually looks pretty nice and very clean, easy to read. So overall, I'm very, very happy with that. So those are my general thoughts on my planner system for 2025. So far, it's working out pretty well in general. I will probably make another updated review video somewhere in the middle of the year and see if things are the same. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it somewhat helpful. I'd love to hear how you guys are using your planners for 2025 and how it's going. If you guys have any suggestions from me, I'm always open to that. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and share. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video.